felt a crazy sorta like a fire raging behind walls as the flames burn higher. Jake, no mistake, is like a range of mountains shrugging off the wind by the tens and thousands. Oh, they explode when the fire meets the mountain. No, don't you know? They explode when the fire meets the mountain. And oh, it's beautiful. Oh, they're beautiful. Jamie burns hot like a fount of lava, melting stone and steaming water. Jake, no mistake, is like a billion stones, a billion tons of mountain bones. And oh, they explode when the fire meets the mountain. No, don't you know? They explode when the fire meets the mountain. And oh, it's beautiful. Oh, they're beautiful. What can they do when the feeling's true? What can they do when the lonely mountain spends its hours wreathed in fire? Jamie met Jake quite some time ago, but Jamie didn't know that she had met him, so she didn't understand that she had met the man that would meet her fire with a fireproof hand. And oh, they explode when the fire meets the mountain. No, don't you know? They explode when the fire meets the mountain. And oh, it's beautiful. Oh, they're beautiful. What can they do when the feeling's true? What can they do when the lonely mountain spends its hours wreathed in fire? Jamie's secret power is she can dance all night without spilling her drink. And Jake's secret power is he can turn invisible. Jamie's secret power is she can cry without running her mascara.
All right, give me 1 second. All right, hold on.
And Jake's secret power is he can hide in plain sight. What can they do?
All right, there we go. All right, hey everybody. Let me. Why is the light so intense? And here, hold on. Sorry, I've not been on point much today. You know, it's crazy. Every single time I release a new podcast episode, you know, like so here, hold on. Give me 1 second. Okay, is that a little better? Yeah, there we go. Hey, I look like a human being. So every single time I release a new podcast episode, it's kind of like I'm putting out a brand new full album, right? Like, you know, like when I put out a new record. Oh yes, you're right. Rain Trade. Hold on. You're right. Give me 1 second. Hold on. Jesus Christ. Rain Trade. Rain Trade. Where are you? Hello, Rain Trade. There we go. Okay. Bing. There it is. All right. Yes. The Rain Trade. Awesome. You know, every time I put out a new episode of the podcast, you know, it's kind of like putting on a whole new record, right? You know, but it's even more because I'm kind of pulling back the kimono even more significantly than I normally would with just an album, you know, because the album, like like if you put even if you put really dark ideas to pretty music, you know, it adds a buffer. Like it creates a little it creates a little distance between what it is you're experiencing. Yes, I know, because they're not turned on. I literally just got up and running. Like, all right, so I am so behind the eight ball right now. But anyway, so and thank you, Carl. Yeah, and it is. Hey, Smarty. Hey, Smarties. How you doing, man? Blue Surgery is a go for 1027, and you've met your. Oh, that's awesome. That's great, Lenina. I'm so sorry that there even is a deductible. Like why? Like I would think that wouldn't you, or like I would imagine that, like, wouldn't Albertsons be like, hey, you got this because of all the repetitive work you've been doing for us, we'll just take care of this. Yeah, whatever, you know. Yeah, whatever. It's absurd. But anyway, okay. So So what we're doing tonight is the rain trade, and you know, I really wasn't into doing any streaming today. Like I just wanted to like isolate and just be like, I put out a new podcast and I'm done. Like I wash my hands. But the thing is, I Carl McHugh, who's in the chat right now, Boone Music, who's in the chat right now, and our friend DEC Menagerie. These guys are amazing songwriters. They're just fucking awesome, you know. And I want them to have a great, like, you know, one of the awesome things about making music here on Twitch or wherever, and I am going to be migrating to a new place next week, and if it works out, then awesome. Then I will remain there. We'll see. But you know, when it's so easy to just get up, walk upstairs for me, or like walk to your computer and turn it on and play, right? So it makes it, and then it's great, and then it's so much easier to play a 3-hour show or a 4-hour show or a 5-hour, like, so I think that people would want to encourage this kind of behavior, right, from musicians they like, because you're going to get a more intimate and a more personal and a more in-depth show, right? But for whatever reason, that, I mean, I do hit that often, and I have experienced that often throughout my time doing Twitch. But yeah, man. But like, fuck, dude, I'm a fucking rock star, motherfuckers. Like, it drives me fucking nuts. Like, I fucking work my ass off. I work so fucking hard to make music, to bring you music that fucking doesn't. I don't try to write background music or whatever. Like, I try to write songs that are important and valuable and speak to, like, you know. Anyway, and it's exhausting, and with this new episode, it just really knocked me for a loop. And so, but today, so I love Carl's music, I love Boone's music, I love Dave's music, I love all of our friends' music. We've got this amazing, cool Patreon songwriter group. Right, so I did a 4-hour acoustic show last night with a screwed up back and no voice. It was rough, but yeah. Oh, it didn't resonate at all. Retro Roadshow. Those are the worst. Those are the worst when you show up and you're like, okay, I'm gonna play this show, and I like you know, and you know you're haggard, and oh well, great. Then why are you lamenting it went rough? Like, or it was rough. I mean, yes, you know, like, yeah, like anybody that expects a musician to be on point all the time lives in a fantasy world, you know. But that's great, man. Yeah. Okay, so I'm just gonna do a couple songs, because this is this is the rain trade, and when we originally conceived of for the rain trade was, it was just going to be, which is, the rain trade is a juxtaposition of the T and the R. So it's a raid train, And so the idea was it was just gonna be a bunch of friends hanging out with each other. We were gonna like rate each other and just spend time in each other's chats and hanging out and making music and talking and stuff like that. But yeah, Razan Sassenberry. Razan Sassenberry. You know, and it's been super fun. It has been super fun. And I do have to say, I think I'm rating Carl next, and Carl's songs are fucking amazing. Boone's songs are fucking amazing. Like, if you leave, if you're like that's the thing that drives me, it pisses me off, man. Like, what the fuck? Like, why do you not just hang out all the time? Because there's so much good music, and I know so many great musicians. What the fuck, man? Okay, here we go. So, what do you guys want to hear? I will play whatever you guys want to hear. I am. And oh yeah, and by the way, Do a Barren Roll. Brad Kalhoff is going to be here, hang out with us here on November 6th, and he's going to be here for 9 days. And so he and I and Boone. Oh, and Boone. So Boone, I want to set up a show with you and me and Brad here in Austin. So let's figure it out. Let's figure out where we want to do it and how we want to do it. But yeah, yeah, I know. Yes, of course. Yeah, right. Thank you, Retro Roadshow. You're absolutely right. I'll do Fierce Butterflies. La 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 la. My voice is so very small, it's a wonder that I'm heard at all. Like a fierce butterfly, I try to fly through the squall. These are a few of my words, it's a miracle they're ever heard. Like a fierce butterfly, I duke it out with the birds. And though I fight, I'll surely die. But while I fight, I am alive. So I say let it come down. And when it's all stacked against you, and when there's nothing you can do, oh, you can fight. So this is my tiny song, soon enough it will be gone. Like a fierce butterfly, I take the windshield head on. La 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 la. Once I dreamed that I might live a significant life, but like all my dreams, upon waking, it seems that they die. Once I chanced upon hope, but hope is a very long rope, and with enough length and so little strength you will choke. But I will fight, and I will die, for while I fight, I am alive. So I say let it come down. And when it's all stacked against you, and when there's nothing you can do, oh, you can fight. So this is my tiny song, soon enough it will be gone. Like a fierce butterfly, I take the windshield head on. Like a fierce butterfly, I take the windshield head on. It's so hilarious to see like the chat just like just constantly flashing with the butterflies. It's so cool. Yeah, it's so great. Yeah, Isabella just did it right now. Oh, thank you, Carl. You know, and it's really funny. The first three. So the podcast. I am going to be editing the first 3 episodes, and I'm actually when I'm done with episode 12, I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna listen to every single episode, and I'm going to find anything that annoys me or ticks me off or weirds me out or I think is not done as well as it can be done, and I'm going to redo it because I can. It belongs to me. I can do it, and I'm gonna polish everything so every single fucking episode sings. I'm gonna make sure that every single episode is just the best I can possibly do. You know, like of course I am limited by what I can offer to the world. All I can do is the best I can, but I'm gonna make sure that the first season is the best I can do. You know, yes, yeah, it is. And so it's going to be remastered and remixed and even rewritten. The first 3 episodes, because it took me, episode 4 was the first episode where I really felt like I was finally, I kind of finally had the modality of storytelling that I want, like where what I was saying in the spoken word, when the song kicked in, the song propelled the story forward. You know, and then all of the interjections in the middle of the song, like they were all working in cohesion with everything else. You know, so it feels like from the very beginning of the episode to the very end, it feels like one continuous narrative. The first 3 episodes for me aren't really done that way. So I've been listening to them and I've been thinking about them. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back. So there's also a bunch of songs that don't have bass. I'm going to add some bass. There are some songs that have, I think, kind of half-assed drums. So everything's. I'm gonna make everything scintillate. I'm gonna make everything just fucking because I just want to make sure. I want to put out this. It's not even really a podcast. It's like an EP and an audiobook and a one-man show and a podcast. Like it's all 4 just squeezed together. Like, here you go. Like it's fucking crazy. It's a crazy amount of work. It's by the time I'm done, I will have put out 60 new recordings of all my music. Like that's fucking absurd. Like what the you know. But it's gonna be, you know, anyway. So yeah, man. All right. So we're gonna go rate. It's now 7:15. I played one song. I'm so sorry, but it's like, so if you're not listening. It's called Hesitation Cuts. Go find it. I promise you, if you listen to it right now and it's not like, if it doesn't dazzle you, then you're not a human being, right? And if you listen to it and you're like, this doesn't really move me at all, then you need to like really question, am I a person? Anyway, but yeah, so it's called Hesitation Cuts. Go check it. I promise you, it's fun, it's silly, it's absurd, and it's got great music, you know. But we're gonna go raid Carl McHugh right now, and I do Promi. Yeah. Oh yeah. And by the way, Boone, when Isabella says she's promised she's gonna do something, thank you, Lydia. When Isabella says she promised she's gonna do something, that's like, it's like a super promise. So yeah. Okay, let's go raid. So I will be back here. We'll come back here. In 3, we're gonna do 3 half-hour sets. So we're gonna raid Carl, we're gonna raid Boone, we're gonna raid Dave, then we're gonna come back to me. So yeah. So and I will be hanging out in the chat and shooting like and having a good time with everybody as well. So let's go raid Carl McHugh. And awesome. I love you guys. Thank you. All right, and we'll be right back. Well, yeah, man. This is good. I love the Fridays. I love the Rain Trade. Carl's music is fucking, I promise you, it's just full tilt's awesome. So, all right, see you in a bit.